Welcome in. It is Main Street Today time, and I am so excited because we have somebody really fabulous. He's a veteran, and he is an incredible singer-songwriter that he has done a video. Okay, here's your warning. Get out your tissues because I was not prepared to be this blown away by this song. I thought I'm steeled up. I'm ready. It got me. It just got me. Ryan Weaver is going to tell us all about it. How are you, my friend?
Oh, I cannot thank you enough again for bringing me on and supporting my music. You've always been an incredible supporter. So thank you.
You know what? When I send out a demo of what this show is about, you're part of it.
No,
you're part of it. Because, supporting our veterans day to day is something that we don't do nearly enough of, in our world. And I know that you fight the fight and the battle to keep those people's stories out there too.
It's important to make sure that our heroes are honored in today's day and age, as we've seen in the last couple of years, and even turning now to things that are happening across the United States. Our heroes have been vilified, and now we're seeing so many different things happen to the folks that we called heroes just a year ago. They're all losing their jobs, and there's so much that's happening out there. And I just want to make sure that they feel the love, that they feel the support that they should have for fighting for us, for our safety, for our freedoms, and saving our lives. And that is exactly what we try to do in this video.
Tomorrow is a very special day across our country. And I know the rain is coming in. And I don't know a Nashville Veterans Day that I didn't see the Veterans Day parade covered in rain. But I'm going to tell you what, when you watch those little Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts, and I can almost not talk about it, but you see these men walking with their hats and their insignia in the rain, and we are veterans and we fought for this country. It's more than I can even handle sometimes.
It's really interesting because we did the premiere of this music video down in Georgia at Reidsville Municipal Airport. And if everybody was paying attention to the weather this weekend, there were two storms in the entire United States. One up in Seattle where it always rains, and one that stood right over the top of us, the edge of it right over the top of us in Georgia, in southeast Georgia. But we went back to where this was filmed. We wanted to infuse money back into the communities there because they've been suffering due to COVID. We wanted to tell them thank you for their generosity and opening their arms to us. And most of all, last but certainly not least, we wanted to honor our heroes, and the ones especially that were in that video that gave us the time and to support it and support this message. And it rained all day that we had the festival, and right before we were supposed to go on, I would say like 10 minutes before I was supposed to go on, the sky parted. There was this beautiful rainbow. The sun was shining, and it did that for maybe 10 minutes. And then right when I went back on, it started sprinkling again. And it waited until the moment that I finished my last song in the set. I think we did probably an hour and 20, hour and 30 concert in 42-degree weather, by the way. The last song I finished the song, and as soon as I did that, the sky fell. So it was amazing for us to get that video out there on Saturday. But it's interesting that you're talking about that happening on Veterans Day. Our heroes don't stop when the rain starts. Our heroes are there to save lives, and our heroes are there to fight for our freedoms regardless of the weather. And it is unfortunate that it is a Veterans Day parade that's going to rain, but you are correct. I think I've been to 2 Veterans Day parades in my entire life that it didn't rain or didn't have some sort of weather at it. It's crazy.
And I always think that that's God's way of reminding us what our heroes have to go through, whether it's a desert or a swamp or the jungle. I mean, they're there, and you're right. Freedom comes at a price. And we're going to play the video now. And I want everybody to pay attention because you cover every kind of hero in this.
We try to in this one. And the thing is, everybody that is in it that is a hero is legitimately a hero in this. They legitimately are law enforcement. They legitimately are first responders and military.
Whew. Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to do a spoiler, but there's one place where the waterworks came, and you know which one it is, but I'm going to let everybody see for themselves. Okay, hold on.
Daddy, why was Grandpa a hero?
He risked his life so we could be free.
What happened to Grandpa in the war?
Sitting on the dock, sun setting on the water, Dad told a story about Grandpa flying through the skies like a rocket, both engines flaming out. Escaped from the bottom of a freedom bird falling, the only one to make it home. Till a brother with a bugle played a sad song for him, standing in the rain alone. Let's talk about heroes, about the ones not afraid to fight. Talk about freedom, 'cause someone gave their life. Talk about always standing when others can't, and those who hold the line. Talk about heroes and their loved ones left behind. A young girl walked over and handed me a badge. I knelt down to ask her why. Said my father was an officer caught in the crossfire, saving another life. I still remember a dark day in December when we cried to his last call. And Amazing Grace when the bagpipes played for my daddy who gave it all. Let's talk about heroes, about the ones not afraid to fight. Talk about freedom, 'cause someone gave their life. Talk about always standing when others can't, and those who hold the line. Talk about heroes and the loved ones left behind. They gave their lives for you and I. They paid the price, yeah, they sacrificed. Let's talk about heroes, about the ones not afraid to fight. Talk about freedom, 'cause someone gave their life. Let's talk about heroes, about the ones not afraid to fight. Talk about freedom, 'cause someone gave their life. Talk about always standing when others can't, and those who hold the line. Talk about heroes and their loved ones left behind.
How are you, buddy?
I saw Grandpa.
You saw Grandpa? I saw Grandpa too. And he said everything's gonna be okay.
I got to get tissues myself. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm telling you, that salute. That salute. Oh my goodness. My
See, I watch that
goodness.
myself and I get emotional watching it because I remember being behind the scenes filming it, and Don Jenkins, who is the grandfather in there, he is legitimately a Medal of Honor recipient. Forrest Gump's character, when he was going in and out of the forest getting his buddies, Don Jenkins, that is actually what Don Jenkins did. That was part of his story. And the medal, being a Medal of Honor recipient, the young lady that came into the store to get him, that's Jessica Lynch, the first female in the history of American combat to be a POW.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, Rudy Pearson, the bugle blower, was a Vietnam tunnel rat. And of course, Diana Muller, she's a Second Amendment rights advocate, founder of the DC Project, which is for women's gun rights. And and former law enforcement and professional shooter. And the rest, I mean, Heath Smith is a great friend of mine, the lead character, Dad and Buster. We're actually already in the works for another music video with that cast. We're going to bring most of them back. We're going to try to anyway. But yeah, we try to do it right and connect the family, because it's all family. It's Veterans Day tomorrow, but there's so many heroes that are out there in the law enforcement, first responder, military communities that have done all of the other services as well. They go from the military to those, or they go from those to the military, whatever it may be. And we try to make it right.
Well, thank you for your service. Thank you for the reminder. Everybody weighing in, Steve Burney and Elizabeth and Garrett from Texas, and people just like, wow. And Kevin Marshall Chopson, who is the poet laureate of Gallatin, says, yep, poetry. The journey of a true hero is always compelling. Let's talk about heroes is indeed poetry. So beautiful. The Wilson Post giving us a thumbs up. So thank you guys for what. Oh, and Shelly, who's watching here in our office. Thank you for your service.
Thank you so much. All of you. I really appreciate it.
I'm telling you, I'm just a puddle. It is so important that we tell the stories, and what you did is so, it's done so well. It's done so well. One of my favorite parts of that, not the part that made me lose it. The salute is when I lost it. It's when I lost it. But when that little boy, Daddy, his little accent was so cute, Daddy.
Well, that's true. It's cool. Because I want to tell you about that scene. So we were filming that scene, and it kept raining, and then we'd have to catch it in between, and we had umbrellas over the top of the camera, and the microphone was picking up, it was hypersensitive and picking up the raindrops hitting the umbrella. So we were catching in between. If you go back and watch it again, you can see the raindrops falling on the back of Heath's shirt. But Buster, we had the lines for him. It was the lines he delivered, but we didn't tell him to look up at the rain, and we didn't tell him to pause in between and look at him like, and he just did it. It was so incredible. The lines were genuine, and he and his dad worked on them ahead of time, and they really spent the time to do it. And just everything that we got to do, if you could imagine, we filmed all of that in a small town, with exception to the cemetery. We filmed all of that in a small town. They gave us a hospital wing to open up. And this is, they're about to hit the second wave of COVID. But they gave us the hospital wing because it was not being used at the time. And that was an operating room that we had as an emergency room. The first sheriff's department, police department, fire department, they made themselves available. The mayor.
Wow.
Opened them. Yeah. And I mean, I'm honored to write this song with Dave Bray, who's a fellow veteran, and Craig Wilson, who I've written several of my other songs to. But I have to give major props to Chris Martini, the director of that, Chad Campbell, who is the videographer, cinematographer for it, and the entire crew. I mean, they spent a great deal of time trying to make this right and make it as realistic as possible, because even when they were in the emergency room, they were running through a legitimate code drill. So we wanted to make it, okay, what would you bring to the picture?
Right.
Or what would you bring to the room? What would be happening for real? So we tried to make it as realistic as possible. And then, of course, children being able to see angels. I don't know if you noticed that, but Buster was the only one that saw his grandpa. So that was really cool until, of course, Diana came too. So that was pretty incredible.
Oh, it was. Tell me about your hat. What hat are you wearing? The Warrior Shield.
So I have this is Patch Ops. It's a company that I'm a partner brand with. Just like a Grit Gear. Folks want this shirt for Veterans Day. Grit Gear, I'm partner. But this is the Warrior Shield Foundation. I'm the vice president of the Warrior Shield Foundation. We're kind of the Angie's List for nonprofits. That's our goal. But we have 3 pillars of support: direct organizational support for our hero organizations, through checks and contributions, event support down in Orlando where our headquarters is, and then also satellite event support. This weekend, when we debuted or premiered the video, we actually did a satellite event in Claxton where we raised almost $12,000 in one night for the organization. And then on Saturday, half of the funds that came from our profits from the concert on Saturday are going to promote the music video, because we have to have funds to be able to do that. But we also, through the Warrior Shield Foundation, supported the Sub-Zero mission, which is an organization that gets veterans off the streets. It's up in Ohio, and they call it Sub-Zero because it gets really cold up there, and they want to make sure that veterans and other homeless folks as well are taken care of during the wintertime.
Well, that's huge. That's huge. Thank you for talk about being the hands and feet of Jesus. That's the whole deal, is you're just out there doing it. You're just doing it. And how can people best help you with what you're doing? First of all, they need to subscribe to Ryan Weaver's YouTube channel. They need to do that. And they need to follow you on social media. They need to do that. But what else can they do?
Well, right now, and I'm sure that if anyone knows this, you do, independent country music artists like myself, we fund our own projects. Essentially everything that we do, we fund our own projects through fan funding or whatever it may be. Right now, as of today, this song goes live tomorrow on all platforms. And if you go to ryanweaver.net, folks go to ryanweaver.net, we have the song is on pre-sale. And a lot of folks don't realize it, but on iTunes and Amazon, all of the pre-sales of that song prior to it dropping, which will be tomorrow, all count on one day. So if I've sold 5,000 copies of the song prior to it going live, all of those songs, all those purchases count on the day that it drops. And that could potentially chart me. I believe that would chart me on iTunes and on all the charts that are out there. And with the major label artists that have millions of dollars behind them and promotion money and those kind of things, this is a way for us to be able to, I always say, break the matrix and get us out there, at the tops of the charts, which in turn turns into shows. In 2020 killed everything that we were doing. So it's kind of it would be great. And if you want me to come out and be a motivational speaker, I talk about going from boots in the sand in Iraq in 2003 to performing on the Grand Ole Opry stage with Charlie Daniels in 2015 to Madison Square Garden in 2018 with my own cowboy boot lines and different things, but overcoming the loss of my brother Aaron in Iraq in 2004, and my brother-in-law Randy Billings in 2013. I talk about overcoming those obstacles and still becoming successful outside the box of country music. But we also include music in it too. So it's not just a speaking engagement. I include music, and we've started combining full band concerts for the gala nights for conventions and whatnot. But any opportunity I can get to do motivational speaking and get out there, I've found a passion for that over the last few years. And telling my story. So all those things can help out. We truly appreciate it. ryanweaver.net. You shoot me an email on there. It'll go to my booking agent.
Well, you know what? I tell you what, I think you're going to get some people calling your booking agent as a result of this interview. ryanweaver.net, you guys, and pre-save the song, Make Way for, Let's Talk About Heroes. Let's Talk About Heroes. That's the name of it. And, make sure that you get it. I'm just verklempt. I'm just going to have to go lay down. What a great video.
We want to touch people's hearts with it. So, the response right now has been incredible. And I think that once this gets spread around on social media and people really bust it out there, if we've got folks out there that have large social media followings, it's going to, you can't help but watch this and it touch your heart. And if it doesn't touch your heart, you don't have one.
That's right. I said, if this doesn't light you up, your wick is wet. Teresa saying, love this.
Teresa, thanks to my PR. She's also she's not just my PR person. She's a great friend.
Yes.
She's a friend. She's known my wife for quite some time. So that's a lot longer than she's known me, but she's an amazing human being. Such a sweetheart.
Well, a big thank you to Teresa and to Kim Burton for putting this all. Kim Detweiler Burton, let me say it all right, for putting this all together. She knows what I like. She knows what I like.
Legacy PR knows how to make it happen. That's for sure.
And you are the best. Thank you, Ryan. And I can't wait to hear. As soon as you get anything else, anytime you want to just pop in, let me know. Just send me a message.
Well, just know there's a sneak peek of the single that I'm talking about with this new plan, this new single. There's a sneak peek at the very beginning when we do that's a veteran owned whiskey company. So we wanted to make sure we got them a little highlight product placement in there. But the song is playing in the background in that scene.
Ooh, so y'all are going to have to go back and watch it. And I'm going to play it again tomorrow for our Veterans Day show.
Outstanding.
So,
Thank you so much for having me. I truly appreciate you.
Thank you. And thank you for hanging with our tech issues this morning.
It is what it is. That's the beauty of live, right?
It truly is. Take care, Ryan. Bye-bye. Just love him. I love his voice. And did y'all hear that note he hits in that song? Oh my goodness. It's just incredible. Speaking of, oh my goodness, next weekend, not this weekend coming, but next weekend, you're going to get your shopping on.
Donaldson Hermitage Chamber of Commerce invites you to our second annual holiday market at the Mansion, presented by Gaylord Opryland's A Country Christmas at the historic Two Rivers Mansion on McGavick Pike in Donaldson, Tennessee. November 19th and 20th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can shop over 50 unique vendors, get your gifts wrapped, a photo with Santa, pick up some grub with the fantastic food trucks, and listen to live music. Oh, and you can get a Christmas tree all before Black Friday, and all shopping local. Don't miss it.
Country music is my roots. It makes my soul feel like it's on fire.
To me, country music is family history. It's precious.
Country music is music for the common man and woman.
Country music is about bringing the country together. And that's what this night is all about.
Luke Bryan hosts the CMA Awards live Wednesday, November 10th on ABC.
What's up, guys? November 14th, Music with a Mission. Your boy Colt Ford's going to be there. Buffalo River Resort, Perry County, Tennessee. Y'all get your tickets. Ain't no telling who's going to show up. Might be some more of my buddies be there. Y'all get your tickets now. I'll see y'all November 14th. Let's raise some money for Perry County Schools Music with a Mission. Love y'all. See you there.
Coach Dave McGinnis, let's talk about safety. Straight up, you've been in this game your entire life. You know better than anybody that safety is every coach's number one concern about their players, really regardless of sport. Why is a mouth guard so important in terms of safety?
Mike, it's very, very critical, especially the form-fitted mouth guards are essential, in a contact sport like football, and really for any of the sports. And the thing that it does, basically, first of all, the very obvious is preventing from a collision with the chipped teeth, with the tooth damage that goes on. But even more importantly, it sets the jaw. It keeps the jaws from jamming against each other, and really it prevents concussions. And that's something that's very, very important. And I know, from all of my years, especially when we started with the form-fitting mouth guards, some of the players' concerns were the fact that they wouldn't be able to talk with it. They wouldn't be able to, to breathe easily with it. Well, none of that's true. And so the form-fitted mouth guards are essential, to any type of sport that there may be any form of contact in, and especially for football.
And just as important, to wear them in practice as it is in the games.
Well, it's absolutely important for practice, and that's critical, because with the form-fitted mouth guards that you're able to make, you can make adjustments to them, and practice is the time to use them. When I was a head coach, of course, clearly I had people come in and talk about it. I had our trainers come in and show it. And then what we did is we had them form-fitted, and we used them, during all of the practices that we had leading up to the season, because as you adjust them and people become more familiar with them, they also begin to understand how much they can help them. And plus, it's not only a safety feature, it's a confidence feature too. And it really is essential.
Finally, Coach Mack, we're seeing professionals all over sport wearing mouthpieces now. 30 years ago, maybe we didn't, but the pro guys get it, which means everybody else should get it too.
Well, absolutely. And it should filter down all the way through our youth sports. I mean, it's extremely, extremely important. And the thing to know about it is, I would tell my players, it's just like your helmet, it's just like your shoulder pads, it's just like anything else that you would wear for protection. It's increasingly important, to wear the form-fitted mouth guards for your protection, and also so that you're able to perform at your highest level with your highest level of confidence.
Coach Mack, thanks for your expertise on why mouth guards are so vital to all of our athletes.
Well, my pleasure, Mike Keith. Thank you.
Mouth guards are what Delta Dental provides for a lot of school children. They've been going for groups that play athletics, and they take those form-fitting mouth guards and they make sure that the kids who play ball and whether they're coming up. And I really wanted to share that during Dental Health Month if you've got kids or grandkids or nieces or nephews that play ball, make sure that you're able to put that in your head so you can say, this is how you protect your mouth and protect your teeth. Thanks to Delta Dental for all that they do. And we have got a very, very important show coming up backstage Nashville this weekend, 12:30, 3rd and Lindsley. Cory Batten hits the stage.
No pre-warning, nothing. You just jumped on it.
Kind of kept the lid on the Mason jar. Running out.
We got any Blake Shelton fans here tonight? I am definitely a Blake Shelton fan. I'm going to tell a quick story. I got to meet Blake, and I had never met him. A lot of people think you know the stars when you've had a song recorded by him, but usually we don't really know them at all, and suddenly we hear their voice on our song, and then maybe get to meet them later, and that's what happened with me. My mama can attest to this song if you want to check with her, but we went to, the song went number 1, it's called She Wouldn't Be Gone, and we went to what's called a number 1 party, and that's where everybody in town comes together at BMI or ASCAP or some other restaurant, and they celebrate you. It's usually on a Thursday, and everybody comes and gets a picture and says hey, and so I was so excited. This was, my first number 1 song, and my email that I got from BMI, who coordinated the party, said 4 o'clock is the time. So I thought, I'll get there about 3:30, right? So I'm there for my party. Well, in music business time, 4 o'clock is 4:30. So I got to this giant lobby an hour before anybody else was there, just me and my mom. You remember Mama? And we were just hanging out. I'm like, I guess nobody wants to come to my party. What's going on? And anyway, luckily, Blake got there early too, because they do pressers and pre-interviews with magazines and all this stuff, and he had a publicist and a manager with him, and so it was literally just me, my mother, Blake Shelton, and his couple people in this giant lobby, and he goes, "Hey there!" across this giant echoing room, and he goes, "Ain't you Cory Batten, the writer of this song we're celebrating today?" And I don't know how he knew what I looked like. I think he was MySpacing me at that point. You know what I mean? What do they call that?
Back then, yes.
Catfishing me or something? I don't know what that's called. But I said, "Yes, sir. Great to meet you. Thank you." And I'm a little bit nervous. He's been on the radio and on TV, and I'm shaking his hand. And he's just staring me down, all beady-eyed. He hasn't said a word for about 20 seconds. I'm like, "Well, thanks. This is going to be a great party." He goes, "Boy, I'm going to beat your ass." This is literally the first thing he says to me. I'm like a swimmer from Arizona. He's a hunter. You know what I mean? The deer guy. And anyway, he goes, "Man, I had to get up last week on Tuesday morning at 4 a.m. We flew to New York, and I had to sing this on the Today Show at 6 a.m. And you put so many damn words in there, I couldn't remember them all." He's just always been really fun, cool like that. But at first, if you don't know him, you're like, "I'm going to get ass beaten at my own party right now." It's okay if you get an ass beaten, but not at your own party.
No, at least wait till afterwards.
So he's right. There's tons of words. I'm getting up there in age, so if you know it, sing along with me. Here we go. Red roadside wildflower, if I had only picked you, took you home, set you on the counter. Oh, at least a time or two, maybe just a time or two. Sunset slowly dipping down in the rear view. Oh, how she loved to sit and watch you. I could have done that a whole lot more. If I hadn't been so stubborn, been so selfish, thought about her more, thought about me less, joked to make her laugh, held her when she cried, a little more of that, maybe I would be driving like hell, flying like crazy down the highway, calling everyone we know, stopping any place she might be, going any place she might go, beating on the dash, screaming out her name at the windshield, tears soaking up my face, if I'd have loved her this much all along. Well, maybe
was coming, said if I didn't change she was leaving. I just didn't believe she would ever really walk out. God, I believe her now. Called her mama, cried like a baby to her best friend. If they seen her, they ain't saying. They ain't saying. Now I'm cursing like a fool, praying it ain't too late. All I wanna do is fix my mistakes, find her, beg her, one more try. Until then, dang it, I'll be driving like hell, flying like crazy down the highway, calling everyone we know, stopping any place she might be, going any place she might go, beating on the dash, screaming out her name at the windshield, tears soaking up my face. If I'd have loved her this much all alone, well maybe, yeah, maybe she would be gone. She wouldn't be gone, and I wouldn't be beating on the dash, screaming out her name at the windshield, tears soaking up my face. If I'd have loved her this much all alone, well maybe, yeah, maybe she would be gone. She would be gone. Ooh,
Now, originally, there was a last line to this song that they cut out on the record. Would you guys like to hear the original version before they changed it? You tell me, after this song, why they took this out. I don't get it.
Maybe, yeah, maybe she would have wore a thong. She would have wore a thong. Oh, white lacy thong. I just know the mason jar. White lacy thong. So hard, red roadside wildflower. If I had only picked you, took you home, set you on the counter, oh, at least a time or two, maybe she'd have thought it through.
Cory Batten. Thank you guys. Thank you. Mr. Blake, wherever he is.
Well, be safe, be kind. Remember, you are loved. It's Wednesday, so launch date is next.